Thanks for staying with us. We're joined now by Carl from Imagination Station, and a cheap tactics ploy has me showing some skin here this morning. Why do I have no jacket and my sleeve rolled up?
Well, we're going to talk about combustion.
Okay.
Back at the Science Center, we do demonstrations. We talk about how combustible vapors can be heavier than air. Right? So they'll flow out and maybe over to a pilot light, something like that. But there are vapors that are lighter than air that are combustible. And I brought some of that with me today.
Let's see it.
So first of all, you should get your safety glasses on there.
Apparently, now that I'm sleeve up, I'm nervous right now. You realize
And go ahead and dunk your left hand in the water there. We're going to get it wet. It's
Okay.
going to protect you.
Okay.
All right, so inside this, it will, trust me. Inside this beach ball, I've got some methane gas.
Okay.
All right, what we're going to do, we're just going to bubble it into this soapy solution here. And the nice thing about methane, like I said, is that it's lighter than air. So the bubbles should start to float up.
Coming up out of the top.
Yeah, they'll start to come out to the top. Now what you're going to do, once we get an appreciable amount of bubbles here, is you're going to actually scoop them up from the bottom, okay?
Scoop the bubbles.
Scoop the bubbles up from the bottom. Get as many of them into your wet hand as you can.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and see if you can grab as many of those. Perfect.
Okay.
Well, very nice. That's a nice twist you got going on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this flame over to the
Carl.
bubbles.
Okay.
They're flammable. And don't freak out on me here.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
All right. So the methane is lighter than air. The reason, you go ahead and show your hand. I mean, your hand's okay, right?
Yeah, it's totally fine. It felt warm, but it didn't hurt me at all.
Feels a little warm. The deal is the water would have to be boiled off your hand before your hand would get burned. And also, since the methane is lighter than air, it floats up into the air, away from your hand.
Wow.
So you want to try that one more time?
Do I dip again?
You can if you want.
Trust
if
me.
you want to feel safe.
What you can't see offset, we have a fire extinguisher sitting by here, so that's enough to make me dip again here. I'm a little nervous.
All right, go ahead and grab those bubbles there.
Okay.
Very nice. And again.
Okay. Love you, honey. Oh, unbelievable.
Very nice. Lighter than air. Again, the water's protecting your hands. But in all seriousness, you know, I mean, firefighters working with things like this have to worry about vapors that are heavier than air, vapors that are lighter than air. So it can be tricky, you know, when you go into a situation with a fire.
And as cliche as this sounds, don't try it at home sort of thing.
Don't try it at home, obviously, no. You're not going to have methane at home, so even don't try it with any other gas. That's why we're doing it here, so you don't have to try it yourself.
Great. And Hubble continues down there. What else do you have going on?
Hubble continues through mid-January, and we got all sorts of other great things happening.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Carl. I'm actually amazed that I didn't get hurt here. Let's go over now to Christina, who's standing by with a look at our top stories.